Okay, it's Jay Precious in San Antonio, Texas again. It's video number 4 on the 90-day challenge, and this one's going to be a doozy. Okay, so it's Wednesday after we got back from the event, and I'm driving to work again, listening to my audio because it's part of my core commitments is to listen to audio. So I'm listening to my audio on the way to work, and I get to work and log into my computer, clock in, I hit the floor, and I, of course, have a list of things that I have to do. I've got planograms, resets, freight to do, and then, of course, we also have recovery, the wonderful world of retail. So, anyway, um, I've gotten on the floor and I'm talking to my associates, making sure everybody's got, their plans on to what they're going to do. And I hear my name called over the PA. And so I go down to the office where I was called to. No big deal because, they call me all the time. And so I was called by my manager. And I go into his office. No big deal again because, I've been called by my manager before. So go into his office and we're sitting down, we're talking. And I guess it was probably a couple months ago, an incident happened. And he brought it up. And I recalled the incident with him. And from what we had spoken before, it had already been taken care of and, set aside. It was already done. But apparently, there is someone else in the store that did not get uh, was not satisfied with the way that incident was resolved. So they had gone to the district manager above my manager's head, and she didn't resolve the matter how this particular person wanted it resolved either. So he took it even higher. Well, he went all the way up to corporate, and then it finally came back down to my manager, and it came down in a message, in a memo saying that he had to relieve me of my position. Of course, my manager and I have a really good relationship. We both like each other a lot. We work really well together. Um, he sees me as one of his strong managers, and he's having to relieve me of my position uh, because it's out of his control. It's been brought down from corporate. So you were thinking, wow, I'd be freaking out. And you know what? For a moment, I freaked out. But it was a moment. And it's funny because I was watching a video from Toby and Layla earlier, and they were talking about the moment, and that'll be another video later. But anyway, for a moment, I freaked out. And then I know that for that moment that I was freaking out, my manager began explaining how, or not explaining, he was apologizing. He was being very apologetic, being very nice about what was happening, and that moment of freaked outness had already passed, and I was just like, okay, hurry up, finish what you're saying because I have to get home and get on my computer. That's all I could think about. Um, and he was I know he was saying nice things to me, and I appreciate that, in hindsight, that he was being apologetic and being nice to me. But all I was thinking was all these things were going through my head. I got to get home, I got to get on my computer. I've got to go ahead and redo my schedule so that I can get my commitments done. This is going to be so, this is good. I'm going to be able to hit my goals at 30, 60, and 90 days just the way I had planned, and I'm going to be able to hit them stronger because I have more time. Uh, it's funny how things happen. Really, it's not funny how things happen because things happen for a reason. There's a purpose for everything happening. I mean, God knew the struggles I was having with my schedules, trying to fit all these commitments in, trying to do all these videos, trying to do everything that I had to do. I mean, I was going to end up giving my 2 week notice in 30 days anyway, because that was my goal, that I was going to be doing this, and in 30 days I was going to give my 2 week notice. And I was actually stressing about that because I already mentioned that, I am one of the strong employees in the store, and I was stressing like they depend on me. How am I going to go ahead and give my 2 week notice? It's going to be hard on them. Even though I felt pressure from work, I was feeling pressure of even leaving them. But you know what? God knew all this was happening. God knew where my mind was, where my heart was. He knew what my goals were for 30, 60, and 90 days. And you know what? He just touched my life again and made it all easier for me. Apparently, he agrees with what I'm doing because he went ahead and just freed up my schedule and said, "Here, go with it." You know, and it's not just for what I want to do for myself, what I want to do for my family. It's what I want to do for you, because that's part of what my purpose is. It's part of what my purpose has always been, only I didn't realize it. And maybe I did realize it, but not in the depth and in the understanding that I know it now. So anyway, that's going to be in another video in the future. But anyway, I told you it's going to be a doozy, right? I mean, imagine going to work. Imagine, just going in and going to work and thinking, okay, I've got all this done to do and stuff like that. I've got to get home so I can do all this at work. And then poof, in an instant, in a moment, it all changes. And it all changes to benefit you. And it's all in your mindset. You have to set your mind on what it is you want for your life. You have to set your heart, your soul, your mind on what your purpose is. And everything just falls in place. Everything just goes into alignment so that all these things can happen for you. Okay, so anyway, that's enough for today's video. I've gone longer than I wanted to. Stick around for what's next. I'll see you on the next video. I'll see you in Denver. Make sure you look me up. I want to meet you. I want to shake your hand. I want to get to know more and more and more of all of you. Anyway, talk to you in the next video.